Hey everybody, you're about to see some float and fly footage. It's 2 days of footage. The past couple weeks we've had some really cold weather. We've had some ice, we've had some snow. And during these times, especially in the spring, as fish start to move a little bit shallower, we get these really cold days. It really can make fishing tough. Fish kind of back out and back up a bit and can kind of be in no man's land. And the float and fly is a technique that all through the winter and in the early part of spring, when we have these crazy cold fronts come through, it's just a great technique if you want to get out on the water and get some bites. The 2 days of footage I had, I didn't catch any real big fish, but what you're going to see is just a float and fly tutorial on how to do it, what the setup is, where to fish. You'll see all of that. There's one day I was out with my dad and we caught, I think maybe, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 fish. And then I went back out the next day. The next day was really cold, really windy. And I kept catching them. I didn't catch as many. I fished a little bit longer that day. I did some other things, throwing a jig, throwing a crankbait. But the second day when I went out by myself, I was intentional about filming some footage with the float and fly and doing a lot of kind of instructional teaching and talking about what I'm doing, why, how, all of that. So hope you enjoy the footage. Before we get to the video, I wanted to give you a little bit of kind of a look into my float and fly tackle box and what I've got, what lures I use, and all of those goodies. So here is that. So here's my very old float and fly box. We used to take these Plano boxes and add some foam inserts so that we can stick the flies in there like so. And come on. A lot of these flies that I have, they are either red rooster or Punisher flies. You'll see I have some other things that I haven't actually tried yet. I just saw and really thought might be good. These little power switch, power bait minnows, and also just basic crappie jigs. You kind of see what I've got in here. I'm sure that these would work. I haven't really tried just a crappie jig with a soft plastic, but I don't doubt that it would work. When I went out and fished with it, I kind of just stuck with what I had success with in years past, which really is just a small bobber. I believe these bobbers are internally weighted. I believe this is a Punisher bobber. So, a small bobber like this is real light, real hard to cast. So you want a weighted bobber, but you can't have it weighted so much that the weighted bobber plus the weight of whatever jig you're throwing just kind of keeps the bobber vertical the entire cast. And what I mean is that when I throw this bobber out, if my fly is on the bottom, or if a fish has that bobber, my bobber's not sitting like this, it's actually sitting sideways. So in the video, you'll hear me say, oh, go orange, or, I see orange and white, and I'm talking about the orientation of that bobber. If I throw it out, throw it up near the bank, my bobber's going to be sideways, and then as that get refocused. As that as I pull that fly off of the bottom and it finally gets deep enough, this bobber will then turn upright. So the importance of that is that, one, I know that my fly is suspended up off the bottom, and then I am either looking for that bobber to go straight under, like a standard, bobber with your, if you're fishing with night crawlers or shiners or something like that. But also, a lot of times these fish will come up and you'll have what's called a lift bite, where they will eat your fly and they will swim up, shallower or higher up in the water column, and that bobber will turn on its side. So being able to differentiate between my bobber being up, vertical like this, where from the boat's perspective, like really just seeing that orange. And then when I see white, I know that either, again, my fly is sitting on the bottom, so it's not pulling the bobber all the way down, or a fish has it and has actually come up, and on a lift bite like that, the bobber's not going to be going under. The kind of the indicators that, the weight of the fly is no longer pulling down, and I need to reel tight and set the hook. So this is kind of my standard float and fly box. And one of the awesome things that I have from kind of the float and fly craze, many years ago, is this Punisher fish dope. And this stuff has got to be, really, let me get it off, combination of like essential oils. Gosh, it's slippery. Essential oils and some Vaseline, really. This is Java Junkie. This is my favorite because it doesn't smell terrible. It actually smells really good. And what I would do with this Java Junkies, you'd always just kind of get some, on your finger. You'd take your fly of choice, and this is the color. This is the color that I was really catching them on, this kind of gray, white, blue, and pink. And then we just really smear the Java Junkie really all over. It's hard to do this with one hand, so I'll show you one that's already done. Like, here you go. So we'll smear that Java Junkie all over, and then really we would try to kind of shape that hair like so, kind of shape it like a shad. And then what we're doing is to the three-way swivels. Here's an example of a three-way swivel. This one's actually probably too big. I'd go with the smaller one. If you're looking for swivels, go with the smallest that you can. But basically, you take a three-way swivel. On one end of the swivel, you're going to attach the bobber, and on the second end, you're going to attach your main line, which I'm always using braided line. And then to the third end, I'm attaching some 6 or 8 pound fluorocarbon. This is the Seaguar Tatsu that I've had. This has been great. I kind of like a stiffer, really abrasion resistant line for this. And plus, if you get these smaller packs, you can spend a little bit more, get a really, really high quality fluorocarbon, because you're not getting 200 or 1,000 yards. So anyway, that is the basic bait setup, and what you'll see in the video footage is kind of how I fish it, where I fish it, and you'll get to see 7 or 8 fish catches on this float and fly technique. And really, it's just a great technique when it's really, really cold, and you're out there, you're not getting many bites, and you just need to catch a few. It's a great technique where you could literally be drinking hot chocolate and have your hands in your pocket and just kind of the rod laying on the deck if it's not too windy. Just real fun wintertime technique that I think everyone should have in their arsenal. So here's some of the flies. Here's my box. There's all the goodies. Go give it a try. But hope you enjoy the video. All right, the float and fly. Got about a 10 and a half foot leader or so. 3-way swivel, got a small bobber. 8 pound fluoro. And this is a 9.5 foot light power, moderate action St. Croix Avid. This, I guess I'd call this a steelhead rod. I mean, it's a just really long, whippy rod. I actually bring it down to the beach and use it as a whiting rod in the surf. So dual purpose, I guess. But the key with this, I got to try to get the whole rig, fly and bobber, up as close to the bank as possible, and then pull the bobber off so that it's above, say, 11 feet. Really, I want this fly to be just above the bottom. So we're gonna give it a try. And we can be real, this thing's kind of a hot mess, but that's what makes it exciting. All right, so I know that my fly is up off the bottom, my bobber is straight up and down. I see orange. If my bobber was on the side and I saw orange and white, either a fish has it and has come up, we call that a lift bite, or my fly just is sitting on the bottom and the bobber doesn't have anything pulling it down. With this technique, I'm just trying to fish steep banks and steep points. Trying to get it out there, get as close to keep the fly as close to the bottom as possible. And a lot of people talk about using this for suspended fish. So if you're on a true bluff wall, you know, that was like a rock cliff, yeah, you can cast it up by those rocks. And it, you know, would be targeting suspended fish. But most of the luck I've had with this is getting it up on a steep rocky bank like this and getting it just off the bank enough to where that bobber is sitting straight up, which tells me that fly is down there really, really, really close to the bottom. And it's just bobbing up and down in the waves. It just looks really, really natural. So the way I'm fishing it, at least right now, I wouldn't say it's for suspended fish. It's real important to pay attention to your slack. Like I've got a ton of slack line out right now. If you see the bobber go under, you set the hook, and you got 15 feet of bow in your line, you're not gonna ever hook that fish. So manage your slack. Oh, there we go. Here we go. There we go. Not a big guy. Fish nonetheless. Just a little guy. Oh, there we go. Got him. It was maybe better than the first. A little bit. Ugh. About the same size. I'll take it though. So I caught two little ones, and yesterday I caught four on it. Two were real small, but two were decent. So you will catch good ones. I remember back in the day when this first came out, or let me rephrase that, when the craze in Georgia happened, especially at Carter's, even up at Blue Ridge, everyone was catching big ones. This was a big thing in Tennessee for a long time for smallmouth. I've caught some big smallmouth on it. But I mean, I remember 5-6+ pound spotted bass coming out of Carter's on this thing. And I'm sure elsewhere, but it's not just for small fish. You will catch small ones, but every now and then you'll hook into a good one. It's just a great technique to come out here when it's miserable and get a lot of bites. Plus, it's fun watching a bobber. It makes you feel like a kid. Oh yeah, money cast. Money. There we go. Not a giant. And he ate it. Like riding a bike. Thought these big boulders are more on the point, which I guess it is when the water's up. But we'll just give it a try first. Oh. I don't know. I don't know how this works. This is the stupidest thing. Golly. Pink, white, and blue. Float and fly. Let me get a, this will be my OnlyFins Friday. Monster. Oh, stupidest technique of all time. This is fun. You need to bring this down to the pond. I'm telling you, you can catch them in the pond. Ah.
Red, white, and blue?
Red, no, it's pink, blue, and gray. Just gotta get a good monster. It's so funny.
Look how small that shad
Yep.
is.
I think the key is to have 15-year-old fluorocarbon. It fades even better. It's seasoned. I feel like I'm about to get another one. What is going on? Oh man, am I getting bites? I feel like my bobber just sinks lower at times. Yep. I told you. That's a better one. Oh my goodness. This is the funniest thing. I told you I was getting bites. Ah. Oh boy. See this bite, the cast. Up. I told you. I don't know. Can't tell if it's big or not. Might as well net him. He's better than the others. I can't boat flip this guy.